Sam's going to do opening
statement. Okay, well, thanks for being here. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a dream. I knew in my heart that we could compete. I think in my heart we can compete with anybody. But you just never know how things are going to go. Coming off a, honestly, really tough loss to Hawaii. Hats off to them, a great team, but I was still feeling sick over it even today. So just trying to stay focused and move on. And what better way to move on than a sweep of Nebraska? Yeah, so I did tell Coach Cook before the game, I really admire him in what he's built. I'm very interested in building as well. I think some coaches just want to coach, and don't get me wrong, I love coaching, but he's built something really special there, and I think it's unique and different, and I told him that I really admire that about him, and I thought that was a cool exchange that we had, and yeah, I'm just really excited for our girls, so.
Coach, a win like this obviously doesn't happen overnight. Can you talk about the work that's gone in these past few years between yourself, your coaching staff, and your players?
Yeah, I'll never forget in this exact room when I first got hired, I showed up to my first meeting to meet the team, and there were 6 girls there. So, you know, we had to go field the team, and we've just done nothing but build, brought in amazing players like Naya here. And every day we're talking about we don't believe in the word maintain. We tell the team that all the time. Like, even in the fall, we want to grow and get better, not only, of course, in the gym and between the lines, but even in the weight room. So building is just like the marker of our group, of what I'm trying to do, of what we've been doing for 3 years. So, yeah, obviously it feels so sweet to have a huge win like this because it's a lot of work. I've got young kids, and I'm a mom and I'm a coach, and it's what I spend all my time doing. So this feels pretty sweet.
The line to first set down by 5 late. That obviously set the tone for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I don't know if the match. I don't know what happens if we lose that first set, right? That's an incredibly talented team full of #1 recruits. They're so physical. They're good. They're going to have an amazing season. I think they walked into a tough environment, a little bit of Moody Magic, a team that's a little ticked off that we took a loss. And, you know, so when you're down like that, the message is just chip away. Every point is its own little game. I never thought we couldn't do it. I thought we were amazing behind the service line tonight. So when you've got that going in your and we were passing so well, which has been a little bit of a struggle in our first 2 matches of the season. So we got back to some of our identity there. And we're used to being able to pass really well and just dish. So when that started happening, when the serve and pass game came on, I felt like, okay, we could do this. So.
What did this win mean to you, and is this the kind of moment you were hoping for when you made the decision a couple years ago to come to SMU?
It means a lot. I love that SMU schedules teams like Nebraska in the preseason to prepare ourselves, and it's just like so fun. During the game, we weren't really worried about what Nebraska was doing on their side. We were worried about us. I know you had mentioned the first set. We were down by 5 late in the set, and it didn't feel that way when we took that time out. We all kind of had a belief that we could come back, and we just stayed calm and played SMU volleyball, and that's why we won.
Coach mentioned that there was never a moment that she thought that you guys couldn't win, but was there a moment where it clicked for you, or was that kind of the same mindset you had the entire time?
I think during the first set when we were just battling back and forth, it just felt like another day in the gym, honestly, and I think everyone was playing really, really free and just having fun and just taking care of the ball on our side, and things fell for our favor.
When you've got such tall and powerful girls on the other side of the net, like Anna Jackson, 15, 6'3", and when you've got such physical players, like you said, right there on the net, how do you adjust your offense to deal with something like that? How do you, what do you tell your team to get them to really, attack that?
Yeah. So what I love about the sport of volleyball, and I think is different from some other sports, is you're going to get your chance to pass that hit. And I told our girls this before the game. So it does not matter how physical they are. For instance, like a soccer game, you could be outmatched and have no shots on goal, right? But in volleyball, we're going to get our chance to take our swings. And they're going to have some big swings, and they're going to crush some balls, some impressive ones, but it's worth 1 point. And we're going to have our chances. Now, there is a little bit of a chess game, and we were playing a chess game at the net. Early on, they started focusing on Naya, which I would do the same. She's touching 10-10 or something crazy like that, super athletic, obviously just electric showstopper. This girl, I hope the whole world hears this. She should be playing. Somebody on the pro leagues should pick her up. She's unbelievable. So what you see there, I mean, she leads the match in kills, I think tied with some others, but so they're focused on her. So there's a little bit of that chess match. If they're focused on her, now we can go distribute to someone else, right? So we were playing chess with their blockers the whole night. If they were focused on Naya, okay, we're going to give it to a middle. Our middles kill a few balls, and they come focus on them. Okay, now we're going to go give it maybe back to Naya or to an outside. So physicality does win volleyball games, but yeah, I mean, I've worked for some amazing coaches. Shout out to some of the best mentors ever that have taught me some of this fun stuff about the game where you can move things around. And it's really, really, that's what makes it high level and fun when you can do stuff like that.
Naya, what was it like playing in front of that crowd?
It was so amazing and electric. I feel like majority of the crowd was SMU, but even like having the Nebraska fans there, it made the playing environment like level up, and it was amazing. It was fun. I loved it.
Coach, what does it mean to you when you can see that many fans, this kind of crowd pack in for a volleyball game in Dallas?
Yeah, I mentioned building. It truly is my dream. The reason why this position, this university is so attractive is Dallas is one of the best markets for volleyball in the country. 3 of the top 5 juniors clubs are in North Texas. SMU is on the rise. Women's sports are on the rise. Volleyball is on the rise. So we're in the crosshairs of that. And then to bring a big team like Nebraska in and pack out Moody, this is the dream that I have, not just for tonight, to be honest. When we scheduled them over a year ago, we did not know exactly what our team was going to look like. It wasn't just, okay, we have a good team, let's bring Nebraska. It was a little bit bigger than that. There's a more zoomed out macro view of what we're trying to accomplish here. And big-time players want to play big-time volleyball in a big-time environment, and we can do that here in Dallas at SMU. We should have a hometown team that is competitive. I've been really inspired by what Pitt and Louisville have been able to do. They're not really blue blood volleyball programs, but they've been able to just rise nationally. And I just, in the ACC, I feel like we can do that as well. And so I want to have games like this more consistently. So, yeah, that was the thought behind bringing them.
Coach, what message does this send to our new conference, the ACC and the rest of the country, as we beat the number 2 team in the nation?
I think the ACC conference should just be proud of the entire group of maybe the strongest volleyball conference in the country. It doesn't need to be opinion-based. I think statistically, Pablo, we are the strongest, just maybe edging out the Big Ten and the SEC. I don't want to put anybody on notice because those are some really good teams. So, I think just if you want to watch great volleyball, we are the only ACC team in Texas, and you're going to get to see the Pitts, the Stanfords, the Louisvilles, the Florida State, amazing coaching staff, just storied program. I mean, Georgia Tech, they're all coming to Moody, right? So we would like to be in the conversation of one of those top teams in the ACC.
I'd like to hear from both of you on the transition back from Hawaii. Most people 2 days back after that kind of jet lag, they're still dragging quite a bit, and they're not trying to play the number 2 team in the country.
We were worried about that, to be honest. We were like, are we making a mistake here? And it's also, here's the other crazy thing. It's high school volleyball night in Texas, so that crowd is without all the high school teams that a lot of them wanted to be here. And with the schedules, I think Nebraska plays on Thursday. They just couldn't do it later because we were trying to do it maybe on Wednesday. But, coming back. So then that makes it really tight turnaround from Hawaii. And we threw the book at them. We made them do study hall to keep them awake. They did everything they could with our athletic trainers and our strength coaches. Naya can speak to it, but I thought they were going to be mad at me because when we got back from Hawaii, we made them do a 2-hour study hall so that they wouldn't nap. But yeah, I mean, there's also adrenaline that kicks in, but we really did try to manage that.
Yeah, we honestly, now that you mentioned that, I completely forgot that we just got back from Hawaii. But yeah, no, we stayed really disciplined with our sleep when we got back, and because we wanted to be 100% for this game, and we were. So,
Coach, you were feeling real good about this game today. Do you think you guys should be in the top 25 after this one?
I do think our girl, and it's not about me, to be honest, but our girls deserve that. And Hawaii is very good. So again, really tough loss, but they're good. And I think our girls deserve to be in the top 25. Yeah. So I'm hoping that, if anything, the volleyball community that votes on that, we don't normally care about that kind of stuff, but it is part of the experience. Recruits see all that stuff, and we are good. Our girls deserve that recognition, and yeah, I hope that the volleyball community responds by putting us in the top 25.
And how big was this win, not only for Dallas, but for SMU as a program?
Huge. It's so exciting. Again, we're just this university, Dallas, we're on the rise. It is a special time to be here. Even just macro, like Mavs, Rangers, it's just a fun, vibrant city. And it is about time that we are in a power conference and bringing all this big time stuff all the time. So I just think it's really meaningful because so much work has been put in to get us to this place. Lots and lots of blood, sweat, tears to get us this place. So it's very, very meaningful.
Any other questions?
How are y'all gonna celebrate?
Ooh, well, we've got practice tomorrow.
Sleeping. And we gotta go to
Sleeping
sleep.
practice. I'll probably call my dad.
Naya, what was the locker room like right after the win?
Well, we haven't been in the locker room yet, but in our huddle, like, everyone's just so happy, just enjoying the moment. And then tomorrow we'll get back to work.
Yeah, we definitely, we will enjoy the moment, and we will talk about this tomorrow for sure. They deserve to join the moment, but we'll get back to work tomorrow because we've talked a lot. Our team theme this year is on a mission. The girls came up with that, and we just want to relish every second. It's a veteran team that for some of them it's their last go, and so amazing memory we just had, but there's more to come.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.